Check, check, check. Check, check, check. 1 2 1 2. Check, check, check. 1 2 1 2. All right. Are we on the air? Are we on the air? Peace, 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 and love. Peace and love. All right. Check, check, check. How are we sounding on the audio for the family out there in the YouTube land? Let me know how we are coming through on the audio. It sounds crispy on my end. Yeah, I'm talking about. Yeah. Peace to the family, y'all. Love and light, love and light. What up, though? All right. Greetings, greetings. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. We pulling up. You feel me? We pulling up. Pulling up. Yeah. We here now. Uh-huh. Yeah, we good? That's great. All right now. What's happening? Okay. Mm-hmm. What's happening? I got y'all for another hour. I promise you, I'm gonna let y'all go to, I'm gonna let y'all to I'm gonna tuck y'all in, you know what I'm saying? I know y'all don't want to be up all night and whatnot, you know what I'm saying? We have the Monday roundup on YouTube. I'm closing out. It's not how you start the race, it's how you finish it. So call me Tony the closer, my niggas. Hey. Somebody said BMF got the net clicking. That's not what I heard. You know what I'm talking about? That's not what I heard. They told me they told me that Grant Godfather Harlem is way better than BMF. I did a poll on the Instagram, and so you know that I'm not capping. You know we're gonna go over there and check it out. We're gonna check him out. You know what I'm talking about? And it was unanimous. It was unanimous. You know what I'm talking about? I was kind of like surprised. I thought it was gonna be more people for BMF, but nah, they on Godfather of Harlem. So I don't know about all that. We're gonna get to it though. I hear you talking, but we gonna yeah. What up, though? Detroit, though. Yeah. It's Detroit, bitches. Yeah, shout out to 8 Mile, Eminem, Trick, and all you niggas. Shout out to Sarah and Suit and Seti. Shout out to the whole D. Shout out to Little Meech and Da Vinci. But guess what? Yeah, y'all need better writers. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, I need better writers. We'll talk about it though. Let's do this roll call. Shout out to the Dito. Shout out to Cash Doll. Hey, Cash Doll. Hey. Again, go look up the real BMF on the socials. Oh, you mean J-Bo and Blue Da Vinci? Is that what you're talking about? All of that talk that they got going on? Respectfully. Wu-Tang is one of the best shows ever. All right, when we finish the roll call, we'll get in some conversations about, these shows that are on. And I'm gonna qualify for all of my puritanicals out there because I feel like going up against y'all tonight. I don't want to ruin anybody's puritanical feelings and whatnot, but I'm coming after all of my conscious zealots, all of my conscious Christians, all of you niggas who put Jesus down to pick up consciousness and treat this shit like the Baptist church. I'm coming for your neck tonight. You know what I mean? Because y'all are under the assumption that the minute you learn the word hotep, you're supposed to turn into some fucking recluse and whatnot, and your ass is not allowed to watch television. We don't even watch the new television is Epix, Hulu, and the shit that stars. You know what I'm talking about? Like we don't do NBC anymore. We don't do Fox. That was for little niggas. That's when we was babies. We do those channels right now, and we do the internet. Okay. Or for all of my side hustlers, niggas do the Fire Stick. You know what I'm talking about? They still cable, my niggas. So relax. You know what I mean? Relax. We ain't gonna get all fake puritanical. Shout out to Virgin Island, St. Croix in the building, East Flatbush. I don't have a TV in my house. I don't really plan on getting one. Detroit was popping. Michigan, what it do? All right. You know what I'm talking about? Rockland County. Uh-huh. Rockland, Cleveland, Ohio. Can I play Bill Bixby? You know what? I might be able to play Bill Bixby because I was on DistroKid. I was in my back office and um that's the top streaming song in my catalog. That shit messed me up. I had no idea that Bill Bixby was the top. That was the shit. Remember when I told y'all I went in the back office and I seen a check sitting for me on a distro kit that I didn't even know existed. They never sent me a notification. It was like, you got a bag waiting for you. But yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. They had a bag waiting for me. And then when I went through the analytics, they said that Bill Bixby was was the top song that was being streamed a whole lot of times. I don't know who's streaming it, but whoever it is, keep streaming that shit. You know what I'm talking about? Greenville in the building, East Flatbush in the building, Philly in the building, Washington, Nashville, San Fran, Del Mar. You dig? That's what we're gonna be doing. That's right. That's what we're gonna do. And y'all had a song in y'all old blog talk. Oh, you want to hear the intro? Ha! You know, let me see something. The intro was on SoundCloud. Intro's on my SoundCloud. My SoundCloud is kind of lit. I'm just gonna keep it at that. You know what I'm saying? The SoundCloud got all of the classic songs from like when we first came out. SoundCloud is a museum. That's my hidden that's my hidden colors museum. That's my SoundCloud. I go there sometimes when I want to time travel and go into the past and shit. You know what I mean? I'm looking on my SoundCloud right now. See if Bill Bixby is up there and whatnot. But yeah, we will play a song when we wrap this up. Now that I think about it, I had this issue with these YouTube strikes. They was trying to come at your boy and whatnot. But I realized I fixed some things. Somebody had told me how to work it out. And I did that. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and we'll wrap it. When we end it, we'll end it with a song. Maybe I'll go to Spotify or maybe I'll go to maybe I'll go to SoundCloud, but we'll end it with a song. We'll end it with a song. I just might play the intro though, Steez. I might pull up the intro and let that shit ring. You know what I'm saying? Because that was a classic right there. No, make no mistake about it. That needs to be remastered. We may even need to shoot a video for that one day, me and Blue. Cause that was it right there. Hmm. Let me see. Let me see. I'm gonna drop this link because I know y'all like y'all links. I'll drop the DistroKid link and I'll put that in the chat. That's for y'all archives and whatnot. Go ahead and have fun with it. You feel me? And rock out. That's KTL right there. You sure? That's the KTL playlist going all the way back past 10 years, I think. You feel me? Past 10 years. I got some shit from 2010 and I was spitting, my nigga. I was like, damn, when you start rapping like that, Red Pill, Rome in the building, DC in the building, NC in the building, B1 in the building. You feel me? You Will Wildwood. Oh man, Wildwood is back. Wildwood, New Jersey in the building. That part. Riverside. What up, Jason? Killeen. You dig? Killeen. You dig? So yeah, the link is in the chat for the SoundCloud. Y'all knock yourself out. Enjoy that. That's some old Pillar. Or it's new Pillar if you never heard it. You know what I'm saying? It's new to you if you never heard it. So, go tap into that God Hop. There's a playlist that we got on there with like 100 songs. It's not just us. There's some other people with us. You know what I'm saying? Nicaragua, North Miami. You dig? China Flow would be dope for the intro. Okay, okay. I'm taking it. I'm taking y'all advice. You know what I mean? This is not about me. This show, you know, and y'all might not be aware of it, but the way that I built out Melanin Mondays and Third Eye Thursdays, it's really I'm the host and whatnot, but this is a very interactive program where we are intentional about, including the audience. I want y'all to play a part in this. You feel me? This is not about me. I don't get up here every week and start lambasting about me and, you know, um, you know, I don't sit up there and fawn about myself and shit like that. I get up here and I give the information, but sometimes I be want to hear what's on y'all minds, you know what I mean? Or what y'all want to see or what you want to hear, you know what I mean? And if I could do it, then consider it done. You feel me? I could do it, done. So that's how I'm giving it up. But yeah, man. Yeah, we're gonna play some China Flow, man. We're gonna play some China Flow, definitely. You know what I'm saying? If y'all want to hear the China Flow right now, y'all let me know. I will let that be a motherfucking that could be like the mid play. We play that in the middle of the show, and then we're gonna play something else at the end of the show. But yeah, you feel me? We're gonna do that. You know what I mean? F the YouTube. I'm gonna take the hit. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that. I'm gonna take the hit. If they don't monetize it, this show and whatnot, I don't give a damn. I'm gonna take the hit, bruh. You know what I'm saying? The music is more important to me. I'm gonna just take the hit. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna eat that. Pause. You know, we'll be all right. We'll move on. We'll live to fight another day. You dig? Who in the audience saw American? I did not even get to see this documentary that they said that I'm in. Um, who saw American Maroons? Who saw American Maroons? Let me know. Let me know. The joint that you got with Homegirl on a hook. Oh, yes. The joint that you got with Homegirl on a hook. You talking about Die Hard? Die Hard. Yeah, that's coming. That's coming. Scorpion King from the first album is no joke. Yes, that was my shit. That started it. That didn't start at all. We was already started before that, but that was the song that convinced me to put an album out. You know what I mean? Before I was just doing singles and shit. But that was the song that was like, oh, you might have something right here. You should lock, you know what I mean? Like you should lock this shit down and you should do this album. And I'm so proud of myself that I did that album. Why? Because keep in mind, this was 2016 when I did the Scorpion King album, right? Um 2016. There will never be another 2016. I remember being on 125th Street and, you know, seeing on the right across the street on the Apollo, right? I remember it clearly. Prince made transition, right? Um oh, you seen it, Steve? You seen the American Maroon, the Maroon movie? How we looking? We in that bitch? You know what I'm saying? I gotta go check that out probably at night. I mean, probably tonight I might check that out, But I finished binging. I couldn't even watch that until I seen Godfather of Harlem, the most recent one, and Wu Tang and BMF. Like that shit had my anxiety running up if I keep missing them and whatnot. So me and the Wiz, those is our favorite shows right there, and we say that respectfully. But 2016, I remember being on 125th Street and I went to a health conference. I was there. It was hip hop for it was like a hip hop for health thing, as a matter of fact. And we got the word inside of the conference that Prince made transition. I was there. That was the day that I met Jada Kiss, Styles P. I met what's that tall nigga who used to play John Sally. I met John Sally. Um, I met it was a lot of people that I met. Rock and Soul Messiah was there. So, you know, it was a somber moment when we got the word and whatnot. But that very night, I remember I went to Cambada studio in the Bronx and we made Purple Like Prince. Me and him. You know what I'm saying? I remember that shit respectfully. I remember that. We went and made Purple Like Prince. And, you know, like I was saying, that whole album, it was 10 tracks and whatnot, executively produced by Cambada. Cambada was really one of the ones who convinced me that I had what it took to make a whole album. And he helped build the confidence because he was the quote unquote whatchamacallit, he was the executive producer. It was almost like he was kind of holding my hand, pause, not in that way, but you know, this is what he does. It's almost like somebody entering into the conscious arena and whatnot. You know, I'm gonna be, if they come in, you know what I mean, they're gonna be looking for somebody who's already in this shit, that's living this shit, that's breathing this, to kind of like hold it down. So that's what he was doing in terms of this rap shit. He was like building my I'm like, cause you know, son got crazy bars. Like he lives, he breathes this stuff. You know, I do my thing, but I don't wake up to do my thing every day like that. Like that's the furthest thing sometimes on my mind is some music and whatnot. You know, no disrespect, but I got so much other shit that I got to deal with. Music usually is the last thing that I come around to. He said the next day no, to be honest with you, Prince merch was on the block that day. Prince merch was on the block that day. You feel me? Hey, Rue, what up? Prince merch was on the block that day. It didn't even wait till the next day. But yeah, it went dummy out there. Prince, Michael Jackson, Obama. Those are the three biggest money runs that I've ever seen, you know, in terms of merch in Harlem. That shit was going crazy. You know what I'm talking about? I think I don't know. I think Obama might have beat out Michael Jackson, but the Michael Jackson run was retardo. I'm talking about it was raining manna from the heavens, my nigga. I remember it was raining manna from the heavens. Money was falling out the sky, and that was a slow summer, you know. And you know, it's crazy. But sometimes people's transition, you know what I mean? They say the transitions open up doors. You don't see it all of the time, but transitions, you know, they open doors up. You know what I mean? Shit. That man's transition completely opened up doors and changed a lot of people's lives and got a lot of it put a lot of people in positions. Believe you me when I tell you, I was out there. I seen it. You dig? Y'all showing up for Michelle. Michelle who? You mean Michael? I don't know what you're talking about. But what I'm talking about is 125th Street, Harlem being the epicenter of merch, nigga. I don't know what you talking about. I'm talking about 125th Street, Harlem being the epicenter of open air marketing and open air merchandising. You know what I mean? You know, if anybody's in music right now, you know the merch rules, right? Merch rules everything around me. We was out there, we was pushing the motherfucking merch 20 some years ago. You know what I mean? We was nigga, King Tut was merch, nigga. What you talking about? Kings County, the ancestors, this is merch right here. What did you say? You know what I'm talking about? Life is a tour. You know what I mean? We live in artists. Everything we put on is merch. You know what I mean? When Michael Jackson died, nigga, that was merch, nigga. He was on tour to the highway to motherfucking heaven. That was his last show. This is it. When James Brown died, nigga, that was merch. When Obama was running for president, nigga, that was merch. If you didn't get more than $1,000 when this nigga was out here running the play. I don't know what to tell you, bro. You know what I'm talking about? You missed out. You could have been feeding your seeds in 08 and 07 and whatnot, because that was a fucking that was a monetary windfall. And if don't talk slick to me like, nah, I'm good. I got it, nigga. So why is Jeff Bezos still out here trapping? This nigga got mad billions of dollars. Why is Elon Musk still working? You know what I'm talking about? We don't stop. There's no such thing as I'm good. I got it. No, you don't. Stop playing yourself. You know what I'm talking about? What are you talking about? Are you dumb? You know what I'm talking about? Are you dumb? Yeah, you remember that, Jason. Jason pulled up. He came back from Egypt or Kemet, fresh off of fresh from the pyramids. I remember that clearly. Jason pulled up on 125th Street, and we was out there trapping like Bumpy Johnson, nigga. Like we had the doogie. Huh? We had the doogie. Huh? What you saying? If you don't got nothing to sell, don't come to Harlem. That's the attitude. I feel sorry for the customers who used to just come up there. You niggas still don't have nothing to sell. If you don't have nothing to sell, why are you in Harlem? Because Harlem is the home of shit for sale. It's the home of the hustle, right? It's the home of the hustler. It's the home of the entrepreneur. It's the home of this mom and pop businesses. It's the home of the grinder. That's what we was out there doing. When y'all saw us on YouTube, that was during our lunch break. But we pulled up. I don't know about we. I'm not French. I know that I pulled up every day to sell merch. That was my nigga. I wasn't out there trying to teach you niggas. I was out there selling merch to feed my family. You know what I'm talking about? And when I had time, I got on camera and I talked to the world. You know what I mean? But that wasn't my main reason for being out there. That was just a perk of being out there, to get on the camera and show off my. I was out there promoting, nigga. I was promoting my clothes for sale. Okay. There wasn't no YouTube checks back then. We wasn't chasing the fucking fame of followers and all of that stupid shit. You know what I mean? We wasn't caught up in that life like that. We was just caught up in the moment. That part. We was shining our light. Because to be honest with you, to stand on 125th Street in front of a table and whatnot, you know what I mean, at an open air market and whatnot, it was still high risk. You damn right about that. That it reached its epoch at that point, right? 2008. Then it reached its other epoch. It kind of crescendoed after 2016, right? You feel me? Y'all had the entire world buzzing. Y'all sure did have Met J. The whole block was lit. Y'all had shirts with glitter. To think, yeah, and my grandfather, Rising Power, he was out there getting it too. You know what I'm saying?
Bang.
He was out there trapping too. You know what I'm saying? We wasn't accepted. Niggas wasn't happy to see us outside selling clothes. That shit was shunned. We was shunned for that. How is it the home of the entrepreneurs and y'all let it get gentrified? To be honest with you, I don't know who the fuck y'all is. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know what gentrification is, then I don't know what to tell you. You know what I'm talking about? I don't know what to tell you. The way that shit came in, these motherfuckers came in with millions upon millions of dollars. You should take that up with, he just died, Calvin Butts, Rising Power, motherfucking the senator, what was his name? He sold out the whole fucking Harlem, right? He's from the Dominican Republic. Okay, that's your man's in them. He's been in politics for over 40 some odd years. That's the main culprit, Charlie Rangel. Okay, So Charlie Rangel sold that bitch out the day that Bill Clinton left the White House and came to Harlem. That's when Harlem got taken. I wasn't even out there at that point. This is talking about the 90s. Niggas gave him a ticker tape party when he came to Harlem. Okay. And when he came in there, Calvin Butts, who was the quote, when you look at the role that they have Adam Clayton Powell playing and whatnot in The Godfather of Harlem, where he's a senator and he's also into the church and whatnot. My dude, Calvin Butts, kind of like took up that mantle after Adam Clayton Powell. Calvin Butts was heavily tied into the A&E church and whatnot, but he was the one who sold Harlem out to the real estate agents. Let's be clear. Let's be clear. And these niggas that y'all be holding up, these crack sellers, Nicky Barnes sold Harlem out. Alpo and motherfucking Rich sold Harlem out. All them niggas selling crack sold Harlem out. Dipset sold Harlem out. So while you niggas running around dick riding Jim Jones and Cameron and Mason, all of them, they was the ones that helped. Well, not Mason in particular. I'm talking about the people who ushered in gang culture, the ones who perpetuated crack selling, the ones who helped to perpetuate just the lowest levels of life. They were the ones who fucked Harlem up. We came in there and we brought balance to Harlem. If not for us, Harlem would have been in the motherfucking toilets. Talk black to me. What are you talking about? We kept that energy up. We kept that energy up. You know what I mean? And everything is not for everywhere, and everything is not forever. So whatever happened, whatever the fate that Harlem fell under, it was meant to be. Harlem started out with Mad Pecker Woods. Okay? It started out Pecker Woods. Life is centrifugal. It has to go back to whence it came. So Harlem started out with white folk, and it started out mixed up and shit like that. So do your research, family. Don't talk about we let Harlem get nigga. Where you live at? Where you live at? I haven't met near black person that stopped white people from moving in and putting in Starbucks in their hood and walking around with poodles. None of you niggas stopped that bum rush. Cause I'm in Atlanta and this shit is gentrified. I was in DC and that's gentrified. I went to Miami, that's gentrified. Baltimore's gentrified. Nigga, they gentrifying everything. Fuck is you saying? And nobody got no pushback. You don't got no solutions to that. You just sitting around. Now you got appetites for Becky and whatnot because they're in your close proximities. But even with the gentrification, if you know anybody that was in Harlem, we made them walk around they couldn't even walk through us like that. Then we made them niggas cross the streets. How about that? You doing that in your hood? You setting that type of example? You putting up your ancestors on a wall and making the motherfuckers cross the street so they don't have to walk past the pictures of black people hanging from trees and whatnot? You made them step, and then when they have the audacity to walk back past the pictures, you make the motherfuckers bow down and apologize for that shit. You did that in your hood? I didn't see none of you niggas doing that. You know what I'm talking about? I ain't see nobody doing that. And y'all should have been down south really driving, you know what I'm saying, pulling up and making it do. What did I see? I seen niggas coming up with, t-shirts saying don't shoot, hands up, don't shoot. I seen motherfuckers twerking in front of the police. I seen them twerking a Bucci in front of the police. I seen niggas do hands across America with their white allies. That's what I saw. I seen you niggas bunny hopping on a tennis court. That's what I saw. I seen y'all apologizing for being black. That's what I saw. I saw niggas showing they fear. When them people show their fangs, I seen niggas cower all around America. So what are you saying? And we never folded. We never backed down. We never did none of that. We never went marching with none of these things. We never did none of that corny shit. So I don't be knowing what people be saying, but y'all, I don't know. Y'all had to be there to see it. You had to be there to be it. You just had to be there. I can't even talk about it. It was just you know what I'm saying? It was a moment. It was a moment. Yeah, the whole world getting gentrified. Yeah, I knew the girl that Bobby was blasting on. I know. I knew the girl. I knew the sister. Put it like that. You know, she was always mad. She was just going through that phase of consciousness where niggas just be mad. We all went through that. You just be mad. I don't watch TV. I don't have TV. I don't have TV either. I'm about to get a little big screen because I'm gonna replace the screen that I have right here. I'm gonna get a 4K, maybe like 50 inches or 60 inches because I'm an editor. I'm doing videos and shit, so I need the 4K. But nah, nigga, I don't watch TV either. I watch the computer. Niggas be like, I don't have a TV in my house. You got a fucking laptop though, nigga. You got an iPhone or Android. So you threw away your TV and you just picked up your phone, but you still stuck to something. So all of that fake conscious talk that niggas, I don't got a TV. First of all, you might can't afford one. Two, I mean, they only $250 in Kmart. And three, you have a fucking cell. You got a smartphone. You know what I mean? And your smartphone is in your pocket. It's next thing it's giving you more radiation than your TV was. So I don't get it. But anyway, let's talk TV. And I went through all of this stuff talking about Harlem and whatnot. So I did a poll and we're going to talk about it because, you know, I want to talk about it. I want to talk about, you know, and if y'all don't watch TV and you don't know nothing about what's going on and you just met it, you know, you're just, I don't watch TV and I don't know anything about anything. Cool. You know, we're gonna hip you to some things, you know what I mean? Respectfully. So this was a poll that I did. So there's two TV shows. I don't even want to talk to y'all like I'm talking to like 80-year-old or 100-year-old people, like, or some fucking children. Like y'all don't be understanding what's going on and what's on TV. But respectfully, I'm gonna assume that there's somebody out there who just meditates all day, and you know, y'all live in the Cayman Islands, or you know, you're just not into shit like that because you're working on yourself. So cool. Respectfully to you and everything that you're doing, I'm there for you, and I respect that, and it's all good. Hotep. So they were pushing drugs heavy in Harlem. Yes, the mob, the mafia, before black people, right? Before melanated people, they show you. Well, let me fast track. Let me rewind. All right, cool. For everybody, I gotta give the context as to what we talking about. The doogie. The doogie. Did I watch Selective Outrage? Now I'm not watching that. I'm not watching that. I'm not watching a nigga who got bitch smacked on stage come back a year later and act like he got bravado. You know what I mean? When he's getting backed up by all of these small hats to gas him up and whatnot, and he gonna get on stage. I'm not watching that. I don't respect Chris Rock. I'm not in need to. I don't need to laugh that much that I want to see this nigga playing himself. You feel me? When we know that he was scared and whatnot, I ain't doing that. Chris Watts is the living legend. All right, cool. That part. So there's two shows on TV right now. There's a few shows on TV, but conspicuously, all of the top shows, not all of the top shows, but most of the top shows that are on TV right now is about drug dealers and the drug era, right? But it's important, right? More so, I would say that it has more importance because there are newer generations amongst us. We currently are surrounded by people who were born past 2000s, and I still have a hard time wrapping my mind around shit like that. but it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like we got a lot of pop smoke niggas around us. There was like 21s and the 22s and the 23-year-olds, and we got 29-year-olds and 30-year-old, and they don't know shit about the past. God damn, I thought that man, we got some work to do. You know what I'm saying? That's why this job is so. Let me put my Cash App here, because I'm out here teaching niggas shit that they parents should have been teaching them, bro. You feel me? Dead ass, man. We are out here educating a whole generation of melanated men and women who were completely, in my humble opinion, neglected when they were coming up, because they don't even have the fundamentals of the past. They don't even know what was going on in the 80s, my nigga. That's a problem. I have a big problem with that. When I was coming up, I didn't know everything that was going on in the 60s and whatnot. But you know, people around me, they kind of like was hipping me to what was going, because think about it. Let's put this in context. I was born in 75. By time 85, 86, I was in the golden era of hip hop, right? You niggas might say, "Oh, Red Pill, you old and whatnot." No, little nigga, I'm a fucking legend, nigga. I'm a legend. You would wish that you was alive and you was breathing that clean air where they had fucking butterflies, lightning bugs, and all of that in the mid 80s before crack hit. You would hope that your ass was alive then, so you could even feel the effervescence of what this planet was vibrating on before you was born into this motherfucking nightmare that you niggas was born into. Don't ever try to play with me. You know what I'm talking about? You should, nigga, you should do some research on a time machine and take your ass back to the 70s and the 80s, because that was a real fucking era, bro. That's some shit that you should really want. You should feel bad that you wasn't born, that you niggas was born late. Okay? Stop playing with me. You niggas was born late. I was born in 2002. Do you know how much shit you miss? You don't talk about. Do you know how much fucking important things that you miss? Do you understand that you missed out? It's like, because like coming to the movie 3 hours in. So you need to get hip to some things, because you think life is just Teletubbies and fucking Friday and all of this dumb shit. You niggas didn't even watch the Godfather trilogy. You didn't watch. You don't even know what Marlon Brando. You don't even watch Hitchcock. There's a huge fucking culture gap because the younger generations are not culturated. Okay, y'all are not culturated like that. I'm not disrespecting anybody. I'm just saying, how could you have culture? How could you be culturated if you don't have a culture? Because the shit that came in the 90s, the gangster rap and all of this stupid shit, all of them black movies, no disrespect to them black movies, but they was trash. The majority of them shits was trash. Okay, they're microwavable. Yeah, they have classic elements to them, but they're all compromised. The majority of them was severely compromised, high level cooning and shit like that. So let me just share with you. You know, I would rather blaxploitation. You know, I would rather the blaxploitation films where black people were on film whooping on their opposition, whipping on the popo, whipping on the mob and whatnot, whipping on, you know what I mean? They were showing them bossing up. Black men was still holding their nuts, bro. And then you get fast forward, Menace to Society and Boys to the Hood and all of that. That was trash because of the quote unquote subtleties of the programming that they loaded up in those movies and whatnot. Colors, all that shit made niggas completely brain dead and retarded. Colors, Tales from the Hood, all that shit is trash. Okay? When you watch that shit on BT now, it's cringeworthy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Spook that sat by the door. Everything that Mario Van Peebles' father was doing, Gordon Parks and shit. Like, I respected the cinematography. Yeah, Dead Presidents was cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying all of the movies was trash, but it was more trash than it was classics. It was more trash. It was when you do the definition of what buffoonery and coonery is, you're gonna see a lot of elements of that in these movies that we be holding up like these shits are super duper classics, and they're not. The brother from another planet, that was a classic. Hollywood Shuffle, that was a classic. Sugar Hill, that was a classic. If it has, higher learning and shit like that, classic. Boys in the Hood is a classic. I mean, don't get it fucked up. Minister Society is a classic. I'm just saying that it has a lot of quote unquote programming. It had a lot of quote unquote subtleties that if you were watching that with naked eyes and you don't have no knowledge of self, your ass was getting swept up. They have a lot of, I did a breakdown on NWA Decoded, KT the Arch Degree, Black Dot, and Red Pillar. We did it in 2017 on Sonetta TV and whatnot. I broke down Minister Society. I decoded that. I broke a lot of shit down. NWA, a whole lot of shit I broke down. And I was able to show through scene by scene what the level of programming was. I was able to give y'all that. You know what I mean? Yeah, now you left with Tyler Perry. And niggas be thinking that oh, he's a billionaire. Nigga, he's a billionaire off of the Chitlin circuit. He's a billionaire. That's like being a billionaire for selling you niggas hog mogs and chitlins. That's like bragging about Madam CJ Walker being a millionaire for helping to flatten motherfuckers' hair and whatnot. And putting goddamn chemicals and fucking lye and potatoes and shit and burning the scalps of black women, and we celebrate that. Yeah, Pootie Tang was trash. You know what I'm talking about? So Tyler put work in, word, in them hills, right? He put them work in them damn hills. He wasn't lazy. Yeah, he wasn't lazy. He was out there selling niggas bullshit. You wouldn't be lazy either. Niggas that was selling dope wasn't lazy. You get up early in the morning to sell your people hog mogs and chitlins. You get up early in the morning to sell your people trash. You get up early in the morning to sell, especially when you know niggas is falling for it. I can't even sleep. I got to get up 4 a.m. before you niggas realize and figure out that I'm selling you a bunch of bullshit. So we be calling shit classics because we haven't watched the real classics. So you have nothing to compare it to. You have nothing to compare it to. So going back to what I was saying a minute ago, let's rewind and preface what we talking about. So the movies, the TV shows that are popular right now are reflecting on the drug culture, because where we're at right now in this dev culture, it's hard to ignore the impact of the drug cultures. It's not something that you could just move to the side or push to the side or ignore, act like it's not the 800-pound gorilla in the room, because theoretically that's what it is. We were way better. Our trajectory as a people, right, was more defined before we were infiltrated by the Italian mafia, okay, by way of the quote unquote pizza connection, and they showing in the French connection through the hands of the Sicilians, right? These are Romans, okay? These were Romans. These Sicilians had the blood of Moors in them, right? But they're not Moors. They're the bastard children of the Moors who took a quote unquote oath. These are Southern Italians who took an oath to destroy forever the fathers of their quote unquote, or the quote unquote suppressors or oppressors of their mothers, and they identified those people as Moors. And when they found out that those Moors was in Harlem, they was like, we bringing the dope to them niggas. When they found that those Moors was all up in America and whatnot, they came into America and they took over the quote unquote numbers market. They went to war with Queenie and all of them. They went to war with Bumpy Johnson for that market. The numbers are what they call the policy bankers that was helping to enrich melanated people, not just in Harlem, but all across the diaspora of America, where melanated people had to take pennies and nickels and get themselves out of abject poverty, because it was the policy bankers that helped pull our people out of the motherfucking tenements and the gutter and the ghettos and whatnot when we was wild poor, right? They was doing the numbers game. And then after the numbers game, they got into gambling, prostitution, loan sharking, all of that underworld shit, because our people was pulling themselves up from the bootstraps. And we had an underworld. The Italians had an underworld. The Jews, who originally lived in the ghettos and whatnot, they had an underworld. That's where Murder Inc. and whatnot comes from. That's where they had a whole big thing. Meyer Lansky, they had a whole movement. They don't show them that. They don't show you them in the movies and whatnot, because they're the ones making the movies. So you only see the Italian gangsters, and then you only see the African-American gangsters, and you only see the Spanish or the Latin gangsters, but the quote-unquote Yahudis, the Jews and whatnot, they won't show you their hand. They won't show you the hand that they play. They won't show you Murder Inc. They won't show you the shit that they were doing. Okay, they got you thinking it's only the Italians. They're the ones in the background quietly pulling wild strings and whatnot. But anyway, so I threw that poll up there because the two top shows right now that a lot of people on my timeline talk about every other week is BMF and Godfather Harlem. So I've been watching both of them, and I realized, I think it was this week, this weekend when I was watching, I was like, these two shows are extremely different from each other. One of them is a high embellishment of two brothers, right? And I basically, who we lived through this shit right here. This shit is still going on because these brothers are still alive. Then there's another show where the majority of the people are not here anymore, and they're deceased and whatnot. But we know that story, and we're familiar with that story, and our peoples told us about that story. Like I was in Harlem, so I heard about Bumpy Johnson throughout being in Harlem. I heard about the stories of Malcolm. I heard about how the nation was trying to knock him off. I heard about the breakup and how that affected people in Harlem, and how that affected black people and whatnot that was in the nation, and they had to choose sides. And my father told me that the majority of black people prior to Malcolm dying hated him. They hated Malcolm. Okay, he was not loved like that, the way that they try to portray it, like everybody was down with Malcolm. He was like, nah, niggas was hating on Malcolm before he got murdered and whatnot. And then when he took on that martyrdom status, then niggas started dick riding and whatnot. But they wasn't on, when Malcolm was alive, they wasn't his best friend. The same thing like Tupac. When Tupac was alive, he had mad haters, bro. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. If y'all wasn't alive, or if you wasn't out of your house around that time and you wasn't tapped in, you're gonna believe anything the TV tell you. You're gonna believe anything that cable or the labels tell you. You're not gonna be living in a true reality, because you're gonna get the sanitized version. And that's what I'm seeing with these TV shows, from the Wu-Tang Clan saga, which is one of the best shows on TV, the Godfather Harlem saga, the BMF story. All of these things that they say are real depictions of real life, they are embellishments of the original story, right? They are embellishments of the original stories. You feel me? They're not the real story. They're taking parts of the story, but they're taking their quote unquote creative they're mixing that shit up with a lot of fucking they're putting some cut on the real thing. They putting some cut on it. You feel me? They sprinkling some cut on the real stories. So watching those two shows, I'm like, yo, the writing on both of these is extremely different. Godfather Harlem, whoever's writing that, whoever's behind the writing team on that, I have to give them. I know one of the brothers, he's a good brother that I grew up with. The brother's name is Mo. If you remember Money and Violence, right? That's Rafe. That's the character, the lead character called Rafe. And his real name is Mo. And he was his Moses. And he was the one who was the writer on Money and Violence season 1 and 2, right? He was the brains behind that. So he's one of the writers on Godfather Harlem. And the other one of the other contributors is our good brother, master teacher, Professor James Smalls. Okay. I don't watch Snowfall. I'll get up with Snowfall. I can't do everything at once, right? I'm gonna binge on Snowfall and I'll get back to y'all. I know that it must be real good because mad people swear by that series and things like that. You feel me? And I'm like, cool. I can't juggle everything at once, but we're gonna get to Snowfall. We'll break that down. Franklin, that's the nigga's name, right? Franklin. You dig? Yeah, Dap said when Malcolm's assassin arrived behind the wall, they got applauded. I'm just letting y'all know because y'all be swearing y'all know shit, right? Y'all be swearing the new, especially the new generations. Y'all be swearing y'all know what y'all are told. Y'all don't know the real shit, but the real shit was, and you might be like, how, Sway? This nigga was hated. More people wanted him dead than they wanted him alive. And that's your boy Malcolm X when he was out there in them streets and whatnot, especially when he turned on Elijah. He was a dead man walking, and everybody knew that. Okay, everybody knew that. They was just waiting to see when it was gonna happen, but everyone knew that he couldn't survive because the nation was too strong at that point. He fucked up. You feel me? Everybody knew that. They hopped on him later on in life. The same way they hopped on Martin Luther King later on. Everybody wasn't on MLK's tail like that. The government hated his guts. He was an enemy damn near. They didn't like him. So, going back to what I was building on. So I did a poll. I was like, I don't want to say, I want to know how I want to tap into the brain trust. Can you feel me? And I remind people what Instagram is for, right? In case you don't know, Instagram is for engagement, right? Instagram is not about what kind of sneakers I'm wearing. Instagram is not about what kind of clothes I got on. Instagram is not about what I ate today. I mean, even if it is, that's still engagement. You know what I mean? So what I do is I engage my audience. You feel me? I throw things out there to engage them. So I'm engaging them. Godfather of Harlem or BMF. And niggas is like BMF. I mean, they was like, God, my bad. The majority said, I'm not frozen. Are you frozen? Refresh your screen. Let me see something. The majority of the people on my timeline, they was like, yo, I'm rocking with Godfather of Harlem. And that kind of shocked me. I thought everybody was on a BMF shit. I didn't even know that they was into my dude Bumpy and them. Okay, I might be. Oh, yeah. I didn't know people was even caught on. I didn't even know they was on Forrest Whitaker like that. Nigga said BMF is mid. Yeah, I mean the writing on that has been compromised. You know what I'm saying? The first season was cool, but the writing on that shit is like real trash right now. You know what I mean? So, here you go. Godfather Harlem's. Somebody said they always got to go with the low country. Godfather Harlem, Godfather Harlem. Somebody said I'm from Detroit, so I'm biased. And I saw GOH. I thought he was like, get the fuck out of here. But that's GOH is an acronym for Godfather of Harlem. Bumpy Easy, Godfather Harlem, and 19 said Godfather, Godfather Harlem, Godfather, right? Godfather Harlem, and Cloud9 TV right here. That's the brother Moses. That's one of the writers on Godfather Harlem. His pen is impeccable. And one of the reasons why people are, we got one BMF right there. All right. All of the niggas in Detroit, of course, is being loyal and whatnot. And they like BMF. But, you know, it don't even make no sense because once again, you know, when you really think about it, like Bumpy Johnson was a special kind of character. You know, Forrest Whitaker's playing his ass off too, by the way. He should get an Emmy for the role that he's portraying as Bumpy because he's almost kind of like embodying it. I'm kind of upset with the with the Malcolm X that they picked this season. You know, I was ready to stop watching it because they switched up Malcolm in the third season, and whoever the brother playing Malcolm for the first two seasons, he also embodied Malcolm. He was Malcolm. I don't give a damn what nobody say. He was a living, breathing Malcolm. And I thought I was on the doogie when I turned on season 3 and was like, wait a minute. Something is strange here. I don't understand what I'm seeing. Like, something is going on. I had to, you know what I'm saying? I had to ask my whiz, you put anything in my drink? Like, am I hallucinating? But this nigga is not the Malcolm that I remembers. You know what I mean? So them niggas got a new Malcolm. But Forrest Whitaker, right? Forrest Whitaker, because the power of that show is Forrest Whitaker captures your mind in a sense, and Malcolm captures the heart. Or maybe it's the other way around. But the way that they juxtapose the two characters and whatnot, it gives a perfect quote unquote analogy, right, to the winning formula that I always speak about. I'm a formula type of person. I work off of formulas and things of that nature. Society or the world that we live in works off of formulas. Nature works off of formulas. Science, technology, they work off of formulas. And my formula, as it stands, is that there's not that the ingredients to make anything work, right? It has to be hip and it has to be hop in the formula. That's the only way that you bake the cake. And like, this nigga Red Pill be talking in riddles, man. That's that pseudo. What is he saying? What? Let me break it down for you. Hip, right? Hip. Because this was the formula before they created the art form called hip hop. Hip, right? Meaning that you're hip to things that are going on. You're conscious, right? You're hip. I'm hip. I'm Malcolm. I'm hip. I'm hip to what's going on globally. I'm hip to what's going on in society. I'm hip to who I am. I know myself. I'm hip to who my enemy is. I know them. I could break them down. I'm hip to the quote unquote, the lessons of the nation. I'm hip to what Elijah, I'm hip to what Far Muhammad was talking about, right? Then on the other hand, you got hop, right? What's hop? Hop is Bumpy Johnson, right? If you cross the line, I'm finna hop in your motherfucking face, nigga. If you niggas is hop is action. Hop is we hopping off the porch. Hop is spin the block. Hop is if you cross that line, if you fuck around with hip, I'ma hop on you. You understand? If you try to rock, if you try to lean on my brothers and whatnot, I'm the muscle, right? So you can't have any type of movement really moving like that if you don't have the principles of hip and hop. You got to have street knowledge, okay? The formula is street knowledge, okay? And that's why a lot of shit that niggas be trying to do don't work because they not implementing that type of formula. When consciousness was all Poindexter and it didn't have that street element in it, it only went but so far, okay? It only penetrated the quote unquote, you know, it only got but so far in the building and niggas was stopping it. Like, nah, sit your ass down right here. They wasn't letting that shit get in the back room and whatnot. But when you mix consciousness, going back to what I was talking about when we opened up earlier about our exploits on 125th Street in Harlem and whatnot. The reason why we went live on 125th Street and pointed the camera in the audience and showed y'all people walking on the street while we was dropping knowledge like the old gods of before and whatnot is because we wanted to show the world, nigga, we comfortable in the fucking jungle, niggas. And make no mistake about it, niggas, that was the jungle. Okay? The longer that we stood out there, the more it got cleaned up because our energy cleaned it up. But in 2005 and 2006 and 2007, before Obama became the president, right? Nigga, that shit was savage out there, bro. If anybody was in Harlem, they let you know when you walked out in Harlem, they had pornography on the floor. Niggas was selling bootleg DVDs. Niggas rolling dice. They was gang, blood, all of that shit, bro. Open air prostitution out there, open air drug dealing. They was jostling people. They was out there playing 3-card Monty. They was out there selling crack, bro. And we was in the midst of all of that. We was in the midst of it all. Yo, respectfully, dog, do that over there. Right? Respectfully, do that over there. Get that shit up out of here. We got this little area right here, and this is sacred. Right? And through all of the muck and the mire, we had to hold it down and maintain our poise and whatnot, and tell the people about who the devil was, and also talk about them niggas while they was right there. You know what I'm talking about? Shame them niggas while they was right there. Like, yeah, the streets is corny, the shit is whack, and nobody never said a fucking word to us. Nobody never said a word to us. And we stood in the middle of all of that niggatry, and we cleaned it up with our energy and our constant dedication to always stand on these squares and whatnot and raise the frequency and speak the truth to the devil and not apologize for our greatness and whatnot. Fast forward a few years later, everybody Black Power. Fast forward a few years later, everybody became woke. Fast forward a few years later, the niggas that will walk by us and ignore us and whatnot, now they want our autographs and shit like that. That's how life works. It's an interesting series if we ever decide to record it and put it out there and whatnot. It'll be about a 3 or 4 part seasons because it was some shit going on out there. You know what I mean? A lot of transformation. And there was some people who basically backslid and whatnot. Not a lot of people, but it was some people that kind of like, they didn't know how to balance the street life with the conscious shit, and they fell back into the hole that they climbed out of and whatnot. And now they in shallow graves. Now they laying in shallow graves. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, now they got YouTube channels. Exactly. Thank you. This niggas that was walking by us from the hood, right? Pants, face tats, pants hanging off their ass. You feel me? Smoking Reggie and whatnot. Now these niggas got YouTube channels trying to sound fake woke and whatnot. No disrespect, but that's what's going on. Niggas is on YouTube trying to drop knowledge. But they used to be the same ones crossing the street. They wouldn't even be able to walk through the cipher that we had because the energy was too high. Because to be honest with you, I don't know how, like, if you walk through a portal, if you walk through a group of people and their energy is too high, it could fuck you up for the whole day and whatnot. Because you're just going to have them on your mind. You're going to be thinking about them like, damn, that shit, you know, you start questioning what you doing with your life. So Godfather of Harlem, it means a lot to me because of the impact that Harlem had on my life. I'm a Brooklyn dude. I'm not even supposed to be in Harlem according to New York law. Not even supposed to be rocking with Harlem niggas and whatnot. You feel me? I'm supposed to be in BK with the gang. You know what I mean? I'm supposed to be in Brooklyn, you know, doing Brooklyn things. But nah, I'm in Harlem. I'm holding down. This was 2005. I'm in Harlem. I'm locking in. You feel me? I'm bringing Brooklyn to Harlem. I'm holding it down. And the richness of the culture of Harlem, it spoke to me, it spoke to my spirit. It told me, it grabbed me, it held me. It was like, this is where you need to be. Hmm. Yeah, Brother Rich is a Harlem dude who went to Brooklyn. And I'm a Brooklyn dude who went to Harlem. And the rest is history. You feel me? But the richness of Harlem, the culture of Harlem, the history of Harlem, right? The wealth of Harlem, okay? What Harlem, the potential of Harlem, okay? I'm invested in all of that. And when I watch the series Godfather of Harlem, the way that they're writing it, it helps really help, and not just me, because I've been on the YouTubes before there was a Melanin Monday, when I was on Soundetta TV, when I was on Baba TV, when I was on Kia Life Production, when I was on Black Magic 363. You feel me? I've been on many different platforms, even early days of Know the Ledge. If you go in the archives and go all the way down to 2008, we've been telling people about some of the history or some of the workings of the hands that were behind the scenes that had to do. Even Mama Pill, when she got on the couch and she jumped on videos and whatnot, she was telling everybody about how Harlem used to be before the drugs came. She was describing a Harlem with a potential where everybody was clean. If you look at the old pictures of the Marcus Garvey marches, and if you look at the old pictures of the Malcolm X rallies that he used to have right there where the Apollo is, right? And up on Lenox Avenue and whatnot, nobody was wearing hoodies. I'm wearing a hoodie right now. Don't judge me. Nobody was wearing hoodies. Nobody's pants was hanging. You feel me? Nobody's pants was hanging off their ass. Nobody was wearing quote unquote, no, they didn't even have baggy clothes on. Everything was tailored, right? Everything was tailored. Okay. They had suits on. They had Applejack hats and whatnot. They were clean, bro. They were clean. They didn't look like they look now. They didn't look all distressed and whatnot. They didn't, even with the quote unquote poverty, even with poverty, on how the fuck niggas was in poverty with roaches in their house, but they was outside clean. What was the mentality? How did they have roaches in their house, right? How did they have roaches in their house? How did they have rats in the house? And they always showed up looking clean. I don't get it. Now people don't got roaches and they don't got rats and they look dirty. What happened? How did that change? People look like they respected themselves. You could look at the pictures and see it. I've often spoke about the Jet magazine and the Ebony magazine. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you probably could Google it and whatnot. But what was it? It was at page 64 or page 34. Some of the most beautiful specimens of Black women ever captured on film and photo is in those Jet magazines and those Ebony magazines throughout the middle of the 60s leading up to the early 80s. That quote unquote epoch right there spawned page 43. I don't know what was in the air. I don't know what was in the food. I don't know what was going on. I do know what was in the music, right? I do know what was in the food. It wasn't the preservatives and the chemicals that we have now, because all of that shit, with the DuPonts and the Rockefellers and stuff like that, they didn't necessarily implement the quote unquote poisoning of the food supply back then. So when you look at the depictions of how our people were looking and whatnot, we had a glow to us. There was a certain type of aura that these is niggas grandmamas now, right? There was a certain, some of our mamas and whatnot, there was a certain type of aura that we were carrying, right? That we don't carry right now, right? And a lot of that aura and a lot of that glow and a lot of that shine that we had, I know that it scared a certain group of people or demographics of people who they were more nervous going to sleep in the 60s and the 70s. We slept good at night, right? But I know I was told that after the assassination of MLK, after the assassination of JFK, after the assassination of Malcolm X, and after the assassination of many other prominent figures and whatnot, it perturbed a lot of our elders and whatnot. It perturbed a lot of our, the big mamas of the world and whatnot. They began to, have a certain type of sorrow to them, right? There was a melancholy attitude that began to encompass a majority of our people. Now, as a result of them having stress and duress and whatnot, they began to turn to controlled substances, which conspicuously around the same time got flooded into our neighborhoods. If anybody watched the movie The Butler, right? That was the movie where The Butler, and Oprah Winfrey has something to do with that. And I believe Lee Daniels did as well, right? Astaghfirullah. And in The Butler, they show you how Nixon, when he was the president, he implemented to go against Black Power, because the Black Power movement kind of had them shaking in their boots and whatnot with the Panthers, the rise of the Panthers and the riots and all of that shit. Nixon said, guess what? We're going to fight Black Power with green power, right? We're going to fight Black Power with green power. What's green power? $1. They start buying niggas out. You feel me? They start buying niggas out. You understand? They start buying out the movements and whatnot. They begin to do what? Drop bags on our people. The same thing that they're doing these days. They drop bags on our people and they compromised us and whatnot. And while they were dropping bags on our people, they also began to flood the neighborhoods with the heroin and dope and the opiates and whatnot. And then after the opiates, they begin to flood it with the cocaine, and the cocaine turns into the crack. They're showing you this on The Godfather of Harlem, how he switched from the doogie and then he start rocking with the cocaine and whatnot. And then the cocaine eventually becomes the freebase. The freebase becomes crack. And then after that, if y'all don't understand the impact of these controlled substances, you don't understand what the fuck is going on. And you're not tapped in. You're not tapped in. So how could you even know what the solutions are? You're not even tapped in, bro. You was born into this shit. You don't even know what happened and how it happened and who's responsible. The drug dealers of today and the drug dealers of yesterday are all part of the quote unquote CIA and the FBI, and they're clear enemies of the states. So even though I'm watching a BMF and I'm watching a Godfather Harlem, I understand who the enemy is. And I know that those men compromise a whole nation of people and their grandchildren's children and whatnot, because they was in bed with the government. It's showing you in the series that the CIA was the ones that brought the coke. The CIA was bringing the doogie in. They were in bed with the mafia. Lucky Luciano, right, was granted a pardon because he assisted the American government during World War II to defeat Mussolini, who was the fascist dictator in Italy, and he was aligned with the Nazis, right? He was in bed. He was aligned with the Nazis. So you had Italy, you had Japan, and you had Germany, right? So Lucky Luciano, who was in jail, I believe he was in Alcatraz around that time, he made a deal with the American government, and they sprung him from his quote unquote bid and whatnot, right? It's almost like if they freed Big Meech, if he helped them quote unquote invade Atlanta, right? So they sprung him from jail, This is a mob boss. This was La Costa Nostra. You know what I mean? Like, not this Holly, not this post Gotti shit. I don't even know who these niggas are. Not Jersey Shore mafia type shit. Not these lane, not this Hollywood shit. I'm talking about the big bosses, the La Costa Nostra, this thing of ours, La Omerta shit. Like, yeah, that shit. You know what I mean? Sicily, yeah, that shit. They tapped into something called a French connection, right? The commission, right? Did Obama go see Big Meech in prison? What the fuck? Come on, let's stop that. Y'all about to turn this nigga into something that he's not. But anyway, you know, whatever. But they let Lucky Luciano go. Lucky Luciano taps in with the Corsicans. If anybody does anything, and if you do any kind of Moorish history, you know who the Corsicans are. You know Corsica's role in Moorish history, right? You know who the Corsicans are. So the Corsicans are the ones shipping the dope. Fast forward, after they kick the Moors out, hundreds of years later, the ones who are flooding the Moors in America, the ones who are here, the ones that are thriving and flourishing, doing good, learning about themselves. You have the movement of Elijah, the early movements of Elijah. You have the early movements of Noble Drew Ali in the 20s and whatnot. Deuce Muhammad comes through. Fard Muhammad comes through. Noble Drew Ali goes to eat. They're getting the information back, right? They're getting their information back. They're getting the pieces to the puzzles back. Noble Drew Ali is coming back. He's writing all kind of cryptic prophecies and shit like that. Elijah, he's tapping in. He's getting into his prophetic bag. My dude, you know, the philosophies and opinions of Marcus Garvey, he's in his bag. I know that these people is like hell to the nah. Fuck that. We got to stop this shit. So they cut a deal and the Italians say, we're going to do the dirty work for you, right? Fuck that. Let us handle these niggas. So they let them lead. They J. Edgar Hoover and they let these, if you see Boardwalk Empire, then you know what you know about the J. Edgar Hoover role during the prohibition of Boardwalk Empire with Chalky White and Nucky in them, right? That took place in Atlantic City. That's on HBO. That's another must-watch TV series. I think it was 4 seasons. Excellent writing. I'm big on writing and whatnot. I'm a thinker, you know what I'm talking about? So I'm big on writers. If the Moors help Leopold, come on, white ghost, you sound retarded. The Moors was on the run. How the fuck was that? When did they find time to help Leopold? And what the fuck, if they help Leopold, what did they get out of that? Where the Moors at that help Leopold chilling right now with millions of dollars in rubber wealth? Come on, bro. Y'all don't be knowing. You need to do some fucking research and read a book. You know what I'm talking about? The Moors, ever since they got kicked out of Spain, 1491, 1492, and they've been slaves to the motherfucking Europeans ever since. The church and the cross been hunting them down ever since. So whoever you seen rolling with the Europeans, those were the conversos. Those were the little Moors. Those were the people who folded. The same way you niggas are running around with badges now. The same way that you niggas are running around with fatigues working for the fucking imperialistic government of America. You are the traitors. You went to Iraq. You niggas went to Iraq and you destroyed Holy Land. You're the traitors. You work for the beast. If you in the army or the armed services, you talking about the Moors, nigga, if you the police, come on now. You deflecting. You're deflecting, fam. You need to fall back. Because I don't know what you talking about. But you niggas is running around working for them people right now. So, like I was saying before, they're showing you on these TV shows And the reason why I say Godfather Harlem before any type of BMF or any of that is because of the history. We have to get our, even though, like I said, the TV shows, they're TV shows. They didn't say documentaries. I got upset one time, like, damn, they're not telling the whole story. It's not a documentary, it's a fucking TV show. Hollywood has a certain type of script that they follow when you know it's a formula. All of their shows have formulas, and none of the formulas explicitly say that you cannot tell the whole truth, right? That's why they say names of characters and all of that have been switched around. They do that to fit into the quote unquote formula of what Hollywood is doing by embellishing, right? They have to fit into this whole drama cycle and whatnot. So yeah, they embellish things. They embellish things. Yeah, he had to meet with the Boule because remember, he's showing you that even in Harlem, right, that the bankers, right, there's that upper echelon of our people and whatnot, the archons and whatnot, the Boulets and whatnot. You still, wherever you go, if you in the underworld, the levels of underworld that you get to, you're gonna meet the Boule and you're gonna meet the CIA and you're gonna meet the feds, right? Or segments of the feds is gonna be at one part of the feds is gonna be after you, and then you'll meet the feds who are crooked and whatnot, and you'll become what is known as a triple agent, right? Not a double agent. You'll become a triple agent, like Jack Nicholson was in that movie with Leonardo, the Departed, right? He was playing what's his name from Boston and whatnot. What's his name? Whitey. He was playing Whitey, right? And he was a triple agent. You didn't know who he worked for. He was so double crossed and whatnot. Whitey, yeah, was it Whitey Bulger? Right? You didn't know who he worked for. These niggas is triple agents, bro. So if you a drug dealer, right? The same way that you saw, if anybody's paying attention to the streets and whatnot, yeah, Whitey Bulger, and it was played by Jack Nicholson, who was a triple agent. They killed him in jail. Okay, they bodied him in jail. He got beat to death. Okay, by another European and whatnot. They bodied him. He was a triple agent. He was super dirty. So that's what you be dealing with when you're dealing with some of these drug dealers, because what we're seeing right now in hip hop currently, where I said it before and I'll say it again, if you in the streets or if you in a gang or if you still chasing that life, you deserve every fucking thing that is coming to you, my nigga, and nobody is gonna feel sorry for you because you've been shown the warning signs. The great divine speaks through signs. And if you've been shown signs, every academics video is a sign, my nigga. Every day when you go on YouTube, every Charleston White rant, nigga, if you listen to it closely, he's speaking on some shit dealing with the signs. And the signs of the times is telling you that that shit that you was into is finished, is done with. You are on a sinking ship. You're on a Titanic right now. You going down with it. The gangsters lost when Zimmerman was allowed to walk away. That's when the shit really died. And right now, it's just a rotting corpse. You don't have no foundation to stand on. You can't stand on anything. You're non-relevant. So, of course, niggas is in interrogation rooms turning into rats, YSL and whatnot. Of course, YSL Woody, right? The fucking police knew everything about this nigga. Why? Because he works for them. If you sell drugs and you a gangbanger, you work for the police and the feds and the Pentagon. You the police. Bottom line is, if you selling drugs, moving weight, they brought the drugs in. They showing you it. How many TV shows do you niggas gotta watch to realize that they brought it in, they set it up, and you work for them? So when they lock you up, all you doing is debriefing them. That's why they be like, yo, just tell me what was going on in the last 4 years, right? You deep cover. You the police. Real talk. So you're not snitching. You're just debriefing them people. You the police, and you a piece of shit. You feel me? And you a triple agent, and you an enemy to the state. There's nothing that you could do for us as a people and whatnot. That's why you niggas are dying. The fucking you're dying off. You're dying off. That's why the rappers are falling on their swords and they're fighting and they're meeting their fate the way that they're meeting it, because you had enough warnings. You had enough time to get it right and whatnot. What makes you any different than a nigga that became woke and decided to give that bullshit up and drop their flag and turn into some? Because I don't buy into the, oh, you could never drop your flag. Lies. Niggas drop their flags every day and become what is known as enlightened and get on the path of enlightened. You can't touch them niggas. You understand? You can't do nothing to those people. It's sisters that are walking away from being sex workers, prostitutes, gang bangers, and whatever the fuck, mules carrying weight. They walking away from that shit and turning they shit around. Don't talk to me about what you can't do. God did. God did. Fuck is you saying? The minute y'all allowed men to run around with men and that became acceptable, now you surprised because everything else is falling apart with this fake ass homoerotic bullshit ass code that these niggas claim to be standing. You're not standing on anything because you didn't handle your business when that fucking window was open. You didn't handle your business, bro. So you lost the war. Okay. And then when the police came in the last 8-9 years and start mowing niggas down, you didn't have no pushback against that. So why you in the hood acting tough? Why you running around popping out, killing babies and whatnot and shooting niggas' grandmama's house up? Who are you trying to impress? You look crazy around the world. The world don't respect you. Why? Because it's gangsters around the world, and gangsters be like, real gangsters don't say hands up, don't shoot. Real gangsters don't let the police terrorize them. That's not what they do. Real gangsters don't march, nigga. What the fuck is you saying? The only march they on is the March of Dimes, nigga, March Madness. Gangsters don't march. So last time I checked, all black people is gangster, right? All you niggas is thugs and you all gangsters and everybody's tough, right? Nobody's soft. So even the gay niggas is gangsters. So if everybody's gangster and in the scorecard you down by like 1,000 points, right? Somebody's lying. You know what I'm talking about? Somebody, you're not going out like El Chapo's son and them. Somebody's lying. You're not doing eye for eye. Like in the 70s, if they took one of us, two of them were going. They wasn't playing that with the Panther. If you took a Panther, they was losing 3 of theirs. Shout out to Asada. We wasn't playing that game, bro. So all of this craziness that's been going on, and y'all still think that you wear the crown, I'm here to let you know. You are the last of a dying breed. You know what I'm saying? Wake the fuck up. Get on some shrooms and look around, my nigga. Pay attention. Read the room. It's over with. It's done. There's nothing that's coming. You trying to squeeze water out of a rock. All they got for you niggas is football numbers, and you being cursed by the ancestors in the spirit realm because you still on some fuck shit and you haven't done anything to advance our people. And there's niggas out here such as myself, or Nagas out here such as myself. You know what I mean? We out here putting in work, and you niggas is in the way. For real, for real. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all niggas is in the way. You're more in bed with the enemy. You more in bed with the goddamn Italians. You more in bed with the federales. You more in bed with the CIA. You more in bed with the DEA. You more in bed with the lawyers. You more in bed with the small hats. You more in bed with Liar Cohen and them than you are with your own, nigga. Fuck is you saying? You more in bed with Michael Rubin and the billionaires than you are with the master teachers, with the frontliners, with the ancestors, and with the revolutionaries and the real ones that's putting in this motherfucking work. You niggas is joking.
You don't find that suspicious?
You know what I'm talking about?
You don't find that suspicious?
You're not aligned with your higher selves.
You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that?
So now these niggas be acting fake woke because of high level conversations and they feeling pressured and whatnot. They want to wear the crown headband and act like that they doing something. But nah, y'all got a lot of atoning to do. Y'all got a lot of atoning to do. Y'all wasted a lot of our time and whatnot and our energy. Y'all could have been out here crashing out for the cause. If anything, now you behind the wall for 80 years and you can't do nothing but a bunch of live videos. Y'all niggas is behind the wall doing TikTok dances now. You know what I'm saying? That's not what's up. You wouldn't even have to be behind that wall if you would have got your shit together and woke the fuck up to what's really going on and got it together, bro. You can't be in the fucking fire for too long. You're gonna get cooked. You're gonna get cooked. These rappers is getting cooked because they goofy. These niggas in the streets getting cooked because they on some goofy shit, bro. You terrorizing your neighborhood. You lowering the value of your neighborhood. You got the elders living in fear. Stop playing. Y'all want to ignore shit like that and think that you're going to thrive and strive? You niggas talk about black excellence? No, nigga, black pestilence. Fuck is you saying? Black pestilence. That's what y'all represent. You ain't black excellence. You black pestilence. You black decadence. That's what y'all represent. Let's change the fucking verbiage. We be giving too many passes to people who keep showing us our asses to kiss, bro. They don't care about us. They don't care about us. They care about them dead presidents, and they'll fucking cross their people and do anything to throw us in the motherfucking fire and whatnot. As you can see, you're being shown that on these TV shows. Real life is showing you these niggas is turning state religiously. They not even leaning on them. The police ain't even applying pressure. They coming right in the room like, who can I tell on? Just who y'all looking for? I know where he's at. I'm glad Asada is in Cuba and whatnot, because niggas with a crack dealer would have gave her up real quick, bro. One of you niggas out here selling crack to niggas' mamas, y'all would have gave Asada up immediately so you could go home and lay up with your BBL. You know what I'm talking about? That's right, Agent Smith. So we in the Matrix, and these niggas is Agent Smiths, and y'all keep playing games. Y'all keep giving yourselves to these agents. Y'all keep laying up with these agents and whatnot. I be seeing y'all in Walmart with these agents. Y'all keep running around with these people and whatnot. You're going to get struck down too. You know what I'm talking about? You're going to get struck down too. Keep playing with it. Don't play 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 with it. You know? Yeah, they still defending Grant Cardone. We don't condone Grant Cardone. And these niggas is lap dancers and whatnot. They hoes in these streets, bro. The financial niggas, the rap niggas, the athlete, all of these niggas is compromised. You know what I'm talking about? They all compromised, and I just can't, you know, I can't mix with that. That's not my, that's, you know, that ain't my type right there. I can't mix. I don't want to be around none of that shit. For what? You know what I'm talking about? For what? I ain't missing none. You think I want to be around niggas that's bunny hopping around billionaires? Niggas that's clutching their toes. If black, when you see black, like I be watching these niggas around Grant Cardone and these white people, when they start, niggas be wanting to do the nay, and they be, nigga, you're showing out on some whole shit, bro. You're showing out. You really just showing your peacock feathers around these white folk, bro. Like that's some whole ass shit, bro. You low key lap dancing. You're almost like you in a strip club. You know what I mean? This shit is disgusting. But there's nothing that you could tell our people because niggas is gonna put on for them dollars, bro. The dollar is king, and they're gonna do whatever it takes to get a fucking few dollars. They're gonna do whatever it's gonna take to get a few coins and whatnot. As you can see, niggas is, niggas done. Dudes gave up their masculinity for a few dollars. So what won't they do? What won't they do? What won't they do? So watching these shows, especially The Godfather Harlem, the way that it was written and whatnot, and seeing the hand that the Italians played in destroying my community, and niggas still praise these cocksuckers like they about that life or that it's something to be worthy of praising and whatnot. That shit perturbs me. We need to have an open declaration against the whole Italy and whatnot and condemn the motherfuckers for the hand that they play. They need to be paying us reparations. Where the mafia at? Where the mafia at with our reparations? Because we let them get away with a whole lot of shit. Where they at? You know what I mean? They was killing our people wholesale during those days and whatnot, throwing them in trunks off bridges, cutting their heads off, all kind of shit, prostituting our women and whatnot, putting our people on dope and whatnot, robbing our people, leaning on our people. You couldn't even walk in the Bronx and whatnot. You couldn't even in Brooklyn and in Bay Ridge and Bensonhurst and all of them, chasing niggas down and beating them with bats. And then you turn around and our people is naming themselves after them, trying to live vicariously through this fake mafioso persona. Really? You're not going to make it like that. It's but so far that you can go. You're disgracing your ancestors, fam. They know what you don't know. You know what I'm talking about? They know what you don't know. You need to get to know. You need to know some shit, bro. Get in the know. Learn something so you don't continue to repeat these mistakes and whatnot, because you still got legions and legions. There's more people in the ancestor realm, and the ancestor realm is right in on your nose. It's not a million miles away. The ancestor realm is on your nose. It's the quantum realm. They walk amongst you. You just can't see them, but you can feel them. Okay? The same way I use this analogy, I always use this analogy. Do you see the information beaming into your phone? Can you see the radio waves? Can you see the gamma rays? But you know that your phones and your electronics work, right? You know that there's a satellite pinging and beaming down. If a nigga call me from China, somebody call me from Alibaba right now, say, you pay now, you pay, red pill, you pay now, right? You know that they call, you know what I'm saying? You don't see the gamma rays. But it don't mean that it doesn't exist. It's the same thing with the ancestors in the quantum realm. You don't see them, but they here. They all around you. They exist, nigga. They in your blood. So who are we really doing this for? Because there's no honor. If you're not honoring them, who the fuck are you honoring? Caesar Bourgeois. Caesar Bourgeois. Who are you honoring? I would love to know. If it ain't white Jesus, then who you honoring? RCE, I see you, man. Send me some samples or some examples and stuff like that. I seen your email. I just want you to send me some samples. Anybody sending me emails about what they do and what they into and whatnot, just send me some samples and whatnot, because I got a lot of people that's emailing me every day about a lot of things. And I would love to give everybody, their rightful, due and whatnot. I just got to see, it's proof of work at the end of the day with me. It's proof of work. I need to see something. I'm from the show me state. Proof of work. You know what I mean? Let's get it. Let's start on that note, and then we can move from there. You know what I mean? But I need to see proof of work. If you're doing something, just show me proof of it. You feel me? What about the aliens? What about them? What if the aliens were small like insects? What if the aliens were microscopic, right? What if the aliens were vibrating at such a level on the light spectrum that you couldn't even see them, but they'll walk right amongst you? They're just vibrating higher than you. What about that? Right? You could only see 10% of the light spectrum, and the way niggas' eyes is set up, the way that we're seeing shit is upside down any damn way. Shit is compromised anyway. So who's to say that you have life forms all around you, but they're just vibrating at such a higher frequency that your ass can't pick them up, and you probably can't even pick them up on those quote unquote night goggles and things like that. They could be vibrating at the highest of highest levels, or they could be on some Ant-Man shit, right? They could be able to manipulate their quote unquote size and shit like that. Because I've seen some insects and I'm like, nigga, is that a drone? Is that a drone? I'm seeing fairies all the time. I'm seeing, yo, it's so much shit jumping through my peripherals all around me. I'm seeing that crazily. Yes, or angels that are the insects, right? You got them ladybugs pulling up. You got those quote unquote butterflies landing on you. You don't know if that's the ancestors. Yes, March 18th, the AI event. We'll talk about that before we get out of here. You know what I mean? Everything is not 6 feet tall and full of quote unquote mass the way that the human body is. This or what you see on the planet Earth in the form of the mammals and shit like that. This is a gross, this human body, the way that we've on this material density and whatnot, this human body, that's, you know, like this android body. KT the Arch Degree was on Black Magic 363 talking about God or gut, and he brought up an analogy about the villain, right, in Teenager Mutant Ninja Turtles. And we used to think that it was quote unquote Shredder was the main dude. No, Shredder was a worker, and the real villain was the fucking brain that was inside of an android body, right? And the brain was in the stomach, right? The brain was in the gut. Remember Teenager Mutant Ninja Turtles, right? What was this nigga's name? His brain was, the brain was in the guts, and the body was just a vehicle to move the brain around, right? Krang. You know what I'm talking about? So these bodies that we're in, what if this is just a vehicle, right? What if this shit is a Uber housing a spirit, a light? Oh, this nigga's name is Kang, like Kang Dynasty. Okay. Shout out to Kang. Yeah, Scorpion Kang. Yeah, I need some of that honey too. I heard it, you know, I heard you could do wonders with it. You know what I mean? Yeah, I said KT the Arch Degree just mentioned that on Brother Rich's channel, Black Magic 363. Go and check that video out that he did called God in the Gut. Classic. Oh, his name is Krang. And then you have Kang the Conqueror. Yeah. So what if this, because the body is like a vehicle, it's an intelligent design, right? And it houses something. And that something that it houses is a sentient light that when you get your lights turned off, right, you're left with a husk, right? And that husk can't do nothing but quote unquote decompose, because whatever was animating it, okay, is no longer in the vehicle, is no longer in the body, is no longer in the temple and whatnot. So the temple is discarded, the same way that when you driving on the highways of Atlanta, if anybody live in Atlanta, you know what I'm talking about. If you driving on the highways, there's always abandoned cars. Just nigga, this is the weirdest shit that I've ever seen in my life. And I've been to many places. Atlanta highways, they could come up with a whole TV show about, they could come up with a BMF seasons, like a show on Stars about what happened to these fucking niggas that was in these cars that left them on a highway. Because you'll be driving down the highway, be like, damn, It's a fucking Toyota on 3 wheels right on the side of the shoulder on the road with nobody. I mean, like, what? And you could look at it and tell something happened. Like, what? Where's the driver at? Why did he abandon or her? Why did they abandon their car in the fucking shoulder of the road? Like, nigga. Raheem said his car was one of them. I think them highways is haunted, bro. You know what I mean? Because that is ancient Indian trail. That is ancient Indian trails. Let's be clear. Them long I-20 and 285 and whatnot. Those is ancient trade routes. So, you know, I don't know if the highways is cursed. But it's been said that our bodies are like vehicles, and we house the light. We house the spirit. Okay. And when that spirit is gone, the body is nothing. The body is nothing. Think about that. So one of the most important, quote unquote, parts of our body that we may not even realize, we focus on the upper part, but the gut, nigga, the brain, the second brain, the abdominal brain, right? This, when they say trust your gut, where you know what I mean? You know, that part. We got to take care of that. That's why, of course, you know, stress and all of these other things and what we eating, these processed foods, and this poison that they poison in the body with, you know what I mean, to poison the brain and all of those parasites that are surrounding the brain and whatnot. We got to talk about these things, and we got to be more proactive and collectively coming up with some solutions to deal with these things. It's only right. You know what I mean? If you're going to work on a car, why not get to the motherfucking part that's most important? You know? Why not get to the part that is the most important? And that's the brain. Trust your guts as long as it's not your parasites thinking for you. Yeah, you got to know what your parasite, what you got to know who's thinking, who's the one doing the thinking. Is it you or your guts? You feel me? So when niggas say that they trying to get all up in them guts, is I mean, are they massaging your brain? I just want to know. I'm just saying. Inquiring minds would like to know. You dig? Yes, we do have 3 brains. Hmm. Hmm. I think we got 4 brains. You know what I'm saying? For the men, you know, we might have 4 brains. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, we might have 4. You know what I mean? We some complicated creatures. You know what I'm saying? Complicated because, you know, they say your little head, your big head and your little head, that nigga be thinking for himself sometimes too. You know what I'm saying? He's out here making decisions and whatnot, you know, fight or flight. But yeah, so, you know, for anybody who don't watch TV, I hope I didn't offend you by speaking about a TV show. I know that that's like haram in consciousness because we're not allowed to watch TV, right? According to insert whatever the master teacher's name, because you niggas love to do that. Just insert whatever name that you want to put in there. Well, he said that, and he said that, and he said, you know, and then ask yourself, are you in a motherfucking religion or not? Ask yourself, are you out here sounding super duper crazy and whatnot, talking about what he said? What the fuck did you say? You know what I'm saying? What did you say? You don't got no social, you're not into, because you don't have a whiz, because the whizzes like to watch shit sometimes, get some wine, what are you watching with your whiz? YouTube, nigga, all day? Okay. Watching Facebook? What you doing? Wait, how you entertaining her? You reading to her? No problem. Respectfully, you know what I mean? That's what's up. That's what's up. Bobby said destroy all TVs. I mean, like I said, the TVs is they got destroyed. Niggas don't got TVs. We got phones and computers. The TV's been destroyed. I don't have a TV. I'm here to let you know I don't got one. I don't feel like I need one. You know, but TVs is like $300, and like I said, I do need a new screen for my computer, so I just might get the big boy and leave it at that. You know, but I did feel like that was important. These TV shows. We're gonna talk about the Wu-Tang Saga one of these days. I think, to be honest with you, out of all of the shows that may be out, you know, I love the writing on Godfather Harlem. I like the character development. I'm heavily invested in the characters. You know, oh, you watch DVDs? Look, oh, I had to put it up. My son, he done destroyed about 1,000 DVDs of mine. He scratched the shit out of them. Does anybody know how to fix that? The scratching? Because my son he be having the DVDs on the floor. He just be sliding them across the floor. But yeah, I'm bringing the DVD back. I'm gonna get me a DVD. I'm bringing that back. You dig? I'm bringing that back. You know, so we got rid of the television. You know, we not watching NBC. We not watching all of we don't watch cable. We don't, like I said, the 3 channels that's popping is Stars, Hulu, and the other shit that Epics or whatever they turned into. Where, you know, those are that's the only show, that's the only channels I be seeing in people's houses that are considered consciousness. They just watching them new shows and shit. But yeah, Lovecraft was definitely the best series on TV in 2020. That's a fact. MGM Plus. Oh, Amazon owns that now. Okay. Support the bootleg man. Where they at? Where they at? And I agree with you. Wu-Tang season 3 is the best show on TV. Next to Godfather Harlem. There's no show that gives me inspiration like the Wu-Tang series. And I curved it for the first season. I was so arrogant. I'm like, what the hell is what am I gonna learn about Wu-Tang that I already know? I was so arrogant. I'm like, I know, I lived through this. What they gonna tell me that I don't know about these brothers? I know about Wu-Tang. And I watched the first show and I was like, whoa, okay, this is different. I was like, the approach. You still watch Sam and Son DVDs? You feel me? The computers don't have DVD slots in them anymore, right? The computers don't come with DVD slots unless you buy like a 2005 computer. So you got to have an external DVD player. You got to get that from Amazon for a dub, $20 or something. And you know, we could bring it back. I'm doing my due diligence. Matter of fact, I'm not even gonna say what I'm doing because niggas is out here doing voodoo. So I'm gonna just keep it to myself. But shout out to all of the DVDs, you know. Yeah. Is there a new season? Yeah, season 3 of Wu-Tang is out. They're in like episode 6 by now. You need a refurbished MacBook. I was doing the refurbished MacBooks, and that shit did not work. You know what I mean? I was Mr. Refurbished for like 10 years with these MacBooks. Now I got a 2022 MacBook, and I can't go back. You know what I'm saying? I can't go back. I need speed. You know what I mean? We in a quicken, and I can't do slow computers no more. It's just a conflict of interest. You know what I'm saying? I need my shit to be fast. Watchmen, yes, one of the best series when that was out. We had Watchmen with Dr. Manhattan as a black man, and the lead of that was Regina King. was a melanated woman, right? And she was phenomenal in that series. And so was Dr. Manhattan. His name was Calvin in that series. He was phenomenal too. You feel me? And they canceled that shit after one season, the same way that they same way they canceled Lovecraft, right? And they took Jonathan Majors and they blew him up. You know what I mean? Snowfall, I didn't watch that yet. I admit I might be the only melanated person out here that hasn't watched it. American Gods, you feel look. No wonder I've been going against the conscious rules, my nigga. No wonder I got spanked. I've been going against the conscious rules. I've been having you niggas watching TV. Now that I think about it, for years now, because I've been talking about all of these shows and whatnot. You feel me? I've been talking about all of these shows. American Gods. Then we got on to I was giving you the I was standing by Boardwalk Empire, American Gods. You know, these shows have substance. I'm not gonna just be talking about any old thing. I gotta talk about the things that are, feeding the conscious mind. Feeding the conscious mind. I'm gonna catch The Last of Us, and I'm gonna catch that. I've been hearing about that and shit. I didn't play the video game, but yeah, Luke Cage was fire when it was out the first season. I don't know about the second one and shit. Digital innovation, Skip Doctor. Oh, okay. They got one. All right. Is that on Amazon? I need that. I definitely need that. Yeah, American Gods was fire. You feel me? We should have who want to have some watch parties? Who want to have some watch parties? I'm on Discord, and on Discord we be having watch parties. I don't know when the hell I'm gonna have time to do anything like a watch party, but the watch parties is I love the communal. I love to watch something with the community, like with a group of people. That's fly to me. You know what I'm saying? That's engagement. I like the engagement aspect. You feel me? I like the engagement access. Yeah, American Gods watch party is necessary because we could go back on these series now that we've been able to flesh them out in the way that the world is. A series will drop and drop mad information, and then real life starts giving out the connecting aspects to it, like the Great Divine, or a series will come out and they'll start revealing things, and then when you pay attention, a fucking lake will dry up, and then a statue will be revealed, and that statue ties into whatever that show was really getting at and whatnot. If you really know what you're looking for, watch Party for American Maroon. That part. That part. Yeah, we used to put peanut butter on the DVDs too. You know what I'm talking about? We used to put peanut butter. We put peanut butter on a napkin and just rub the back of that shit, because the peanut butter, if you scratch your DVD, there's a groove and whatnot. So the laser, that's when you get the skipping, because the laser got to go smooth across it. So you put the peanut butter on it, and it's just that I was tired of having fucking DVDs that smelled like peanut butter. You know what I'm talking about? I'm watching the fucking lecture. I'm getting hungry. You dig? What's peripheral? I didn't hear about that. What is that? A little bit of toothpaste? Oh, y'all come with that jail shit. I hear that shit. Okay. I come with that jail shit. Um, well, first of all, if you want to be a part of any watch party, you would definitely have to be a part of the my Discord. Destiny, can you do me a favor and drop the link for the Discord if you have it and whatnot? Because we could set something up. I'm gonna talk to my people in Discord, and we'll see what day we could make it happen. What's today? Monday. We could probably make something happen before Friday and whatnot. You know what I mean? We could make something happen more than likely. I'm mad busy, but 2 hours is not. Peripheral is all quantum. Okay. I'm gonna look into it. Are you serious about that? Hand sanitizer? Are you just clowning? I don't know if I heard that one before. It's come with new remedies. Real quick, real a reminder. We will have a commercial for this coming soon. I just don't have it at the moment, but I can't leave y'all without reminding you that I'm an author of a children's book. I'm very proud of that. We might even have a session. Shout out to my book club. We might even have a session where we'll be reading from the book, like a book reading and whatnot. But this is the book right here. It's 140 plus pages. It is entitled AI for Star Seeds. This is my love letter to your children and your future children or your grandchildren. This is the table of contents I have on my Instagram page. You know, I put some stuff up there so people could get a sneak peek. You can't, the book is not there, but I'm just giving you little pages just to show you what it looks like. I gave you the table of contents, which is the most important part of the book. I have a glossary also in the book where you have definitions. It's in the beginning of the book. So you'll have definitions of all of these new terms that I'm using. I'm not using them. This is a new lexicon that comes with this new quote unquote sector or this new, you know, this new genre or this new niche. You know what I mean? This technology niche. It has a new language. And once you learn the language and once you learn the definitions of certain terms, or once you learn what is known as the lexicon, you are going to be able to learn faster, more efficiently, and you'll be able to truly understand what it is that's going on in this brave new world, because that's exactly what it is. It's a new world. We are now currently in a new world. Okay, we have been quote unquote upgraded or leveled up into a new world, right? It's almost like in a video game. You get to different levels and whatnot. Some people are calling it the fourth dimension, some people are calling it the fourth industrial age, and some people are calling it the fourth epoch. Nonetheless, we are in a brave new world, right? Shit done change. You might not get the message, but them slaves in Galveston, they didn't get the message for 2 or 3 years. So don't feel alone. You have company. You know what I mean? Niggas is late to the party a lot. So don't feel, don't take it personal. The shit happens. You know what I'm talking about? Them niggas didn't know that they was free for a few years. And you don't know that you free. You don't know that the shit that they was telling you that is not. You didn't know that though. You wasn't aware. And I'm not judging you and I'm not holding anything against you. I'm just here to let you know. Call me crazy. Call me cuckoo. Call me pseudo, whatever. Call me every name in the book. But you will eventually call me correct. Because, like I said, in 2016, the evolution will be digitized. And I'm here to let you know that the motherfucking evolution has been digitized. It is here and we're currently in it. And it's nothing to be afraid of. It's nothing to be intimidated by. Live in your fourth dimension. Don't give, shit. If you didn't need technology before, you damn sure don't need it now. So live in your fourth dimension, go float somewhere, teleport, and do all of those things. Live in your motherfucking truth. You feel me? Or live in the fourth industrial age. If you don't believe in none of that, you just a worker and whatnot. You know what I mean? You just waiting for the autonomous car. You waiting for the Tesla to drive you to work so you don't have to drive. Just live in your truths, whatever it is. But here's the content, the table of contents. We introducing you to artificial intelligence. We got the basics of AI. We teaching you about the types of AI, machine learning, deep learning, natural language processing, robotics. We get into the ethics of AI, right? The importance of fairness and bias in AI, the impact of AI on society. We also talk about fun and interactive AI applications, things called chatbots that you're hearing about, game AI, gaming AI, which is games, video games mixed with AI, personal assistants like Alexa, hey Alexa, hey Google, smart home technology like them vacuum cleaners that niggas have, anything in your home that's smart, the Ring camera, all of that shit, that's all AI. Building AI for kids or children for that matter. How could children get involved in AI projects and activities to learn more about it? So this is book one. Um, I'm gonna write about 2 or 3 of these books and whatnot. This, like I said, is 140 plus pages. And we, we teaching, and like I said, the parents who read this, you're gonna get some. You're gonna learn some things. You're gonna get hip to some things and whatnot. You feel me? You're gonna get, you're gonna get enlightened to some of these things and whatnot. We can't be know-it-alls. We don't know it all. You know what I mean? So some things we got to humble ourselves and learn. All of us, I'm under the assumption that we're all in school, correct? We're all here to learn. You're not listening to me for my levels of ignorance. You know what I'm saying? You pulled up because you want to learn. So let's learn. Let's do that. You know what I mean? Let's get our learn on. This strong in, we were at an art show. Okay, shout out to Blue Pill. He got the real drippy kicks right there. These are all custom. Okay, hand sewn. Yeah, that part. Yeah, we also have some drip for the adults. Merch. Like I was saying, big merch. You know what I'm saying? Big merch. You know, and shout out to everybody that was supporting us this on Friday at the art show. It was a lot of support. We got a lot of love and whatnot. People were coming up to us and just sharing their sentiments about how important the impact of what the information has done for them. I met some beautiful people. There was a sister who came. She brought her mother with her. Her mother was a beautiful sister. She was very early. She came very early to support. And I just want to say thank you to that sister and her mother. Yeah, definitely made my day and my night just meeting y'all and having conversations and stuff. So, just giving y'all some insight and some updates because that's what we do. You know what I mean? We just check in on each other. So with that being said, I ain't gonna be here. It's 2 hours in. We're gonna end this with was that at the museum? Nah, this was at something called the Underground in Atlanta and whatnot. This was at something called the Underground. They do it every Friday. First Fridays, I'm sorry, every first Fridays of the month. If y'all haven't signed up to the Netaverse Discord, come on over, do yourself a favor, become a member. It's free. If you haven't signed up to the Patreon and you want access to information dealing with all things AI, I seen a few people say that they're going to be at the lecture, the workshop on March 18th that I'm going to be doing with Black Magic 363. Well, before you get to that workshop, you're going to want some information. If you want information about AI, the Patreon is the place to be. I've been dumping information over there. It's a dump, like it's an information dump, you know what I'm saying? And I don't mean that in a negative way, but everything that I've been researching to get ready for my lectures, I've been putting all of my source material on my Patreon. And shout out to all of my Patreons. It's lit over there, my niggas. You feel me? It's lit. You know what I'm saying? Every day they pulling up. So the information is over there on Patreon. Come over there and make yourself comfortable, make yourself at home, be a part of that right there. And yeah, on March 18th, I'll be with Black Magic 363, and we're going to be doing the lecture of the year, Masters of the Universe, how to become an artificial intelligence entrepreneur. And what I want people to realize is this: when I say the word Master of the Universe, niggas might think that I'm talking about He-Man. And I'm like, in a sense, you know, we could be referring to some type of He-Manian shit, some He-Manish type of things. But I'm really talking about, you know, and I'm going to get into it during the workshop. I'm really harping on the fact that, you know, with the new technology that's here, can I drop a link for the Patreon? Sure. I did. Let me see. The new technology that we have at our hands. I'm talking about the average person, the what they call the layman, right? We now have the opportunity with this technology to become the masters of our universe, right? And in the world of prompting, and I don't want to get too deep with it. Maybe we'll talk about this on Thursday. I might go further in on Thursday, but you know, we're gonna have a conversation about the multiverse. You understand? Because that's what we're dealing with right now. We were previously in what was known last year the netaverse or the metaverse, and we are now in what is known as the multiverse. Who saw the movie with the Asian woman? Remember the movie that had came out with the Asian woman? It was about what was the name of that shit? Everything. It was about the multiverse. It was about the multiverse. It came out last year. What was the name of that movie? That shit was kind of cuckoo, right? And that move, right? Everything, everywhere, all at once. So where we're at with artificial intelligence, especially with Midjourney and Stable Diffusion and Chat GPT, but mostly the diffusion apps that bring you images from the multiverse. They're bringing you in to the multiverse. What you seeing with the technology is that movie right there. Everything, everywhere, all at once. We are now in what is known as the quantum mania, right? We are in quantum mania right now. We're in the quantum verse. You feel me? When you learn how to prompt and you learn how to quote unquote summon these images from Midjourney and whatnot, there's something called the seed, right? So if you want to take, so I'm going to show you, I'm going to do a demonstration. I believe we're doing a free master class. That's what I'm saying. Sign up to the Discord. We're doing a free master class. If it's not Tuesday, it will be Thursday or Friday. You know, I haven't decided yet, but we will make that announcement soon, right? So we're going to do a free masterclass, and in this free masterclass, we're going to focus more so on the diffusion models, right? Which are the models where you could generate art, the AI art generators that they call diffusion models. And the most popular diffusion models are Stable Diffusion, Midjourney, and DALL-E 2. These, in my humble opinion, you heard that Meta just canceled the metaverse. Wow. Let me look into that. Woo, man. Touchdown. If that's what it is, then it's a motherfucking body on the dance floor. You feel me? But when you switch the seed, right? You could put an image on Midjourney and it will generate, you know, you could put a prompt in there and it will generate an image, right? But if you manipulate the seed, then you could take an image and completely change that image into something completely different by just manipulating one number on the seed. Now, what the seed represents is the different multiverses that exist in the world. This is some other shit. This is some next shit, bro. You understand? I'm here to say that we're tapping in to different worlds with these quote unquote AI machines. They got the science and they're like, this is what it is, and this is how it's happening and stuff like that. But they could tell you anything. They could tell you anything. If you don't know it, if you don't know what's really going on, they really could say anything that they want. You know what I'm saying? And I'm under the impression that they're kind of just saying any old thing at this point. I have all of the white papers. I've been reading a lot of the research and the scientific papers, and I'm learning about transformers. I'm learning about reinforcement learning. You know what I mean? I'm learning about a lot of things in this world of machine learning and shit like that. But it has aspects of some spooky science to it, right? It has aspects of weird science to it. It has aspects of quantum mechanics with it. So I'm on a line with I'm on, you know what I'm saying? But we really gonna show and prove how this shit is really tapping into something different. When them Lenza pictures, when we first did, because I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. It was the Lenza pictures. When I did the Lenza pictures, that's the shit that sparked the divine spark in me, that sent me on this motherfucking rabbit hole that I've been on ever since, like, I think it was like early December. I've been going down this rabbit hole since early December. And when the Lenza pictures, I put the pictures into Lenza and they came back, and I was looking at different variants of myself. I was looking at my shit. I was like Kang Dynasty, nigga. I was looking at different variants of myself. I wasn't looking at AI art, nigga. I was looking at me. I'm looking at the pictures and I'm like, nah, that's me somewhere else. I'm like, that's me in another dimension, bro. Fuck is they doing? How did they know this shit? I'm seeing pictures of myself that I've seen in dreams and on ayahuasca and in deep meditations when I was on a toad. I'm like, nah, I ran into this version of myself and I'm looking at a picture and it's that version. I'm not, dead ass. I can't speak for nobody else. I could only speak for myself. And when I saw that, that made me say, I need to learn everything about this shit right now. I'm like, I need to learn everything about what's going on, because I need to be able to prove to myself, not to nobody else. I need to prove to me that this shit is what I'm thinking it is. You feel me? And then after that, then Ant-Man came out, and I saw Ant-Man with Kang the Conqueror, with how they explain all of the multiverses. It's like 1,000 of him. Do you have that article that Midjourney was created from developers on Toad, DMT, and Acid? My goodness.
Suspicious. You don't find that suspicious. You don't find that suspicious. You don't find that suspicious.
I'm gonna just leave it at this too. That in Back to the Future, October 2023 is when Marty McFly had pulled up to the future, right? They put that date in Back to the Future, right? They call it Back to the Future Day. I think it's October the 23rd, 2023, if I'm correct. And Chat GPT, right? Because when you go back and you do your research, there's a date that they say the AGI was born, right? Artificial General Intelligence. Okay. Yeah, Kang is a colonizer. He's a conqueror. He's a colonizer. You damn right he is. And that day is November the 22nd, I believe, 2022. Right? Yeah, Biff's Casino, right? 1023. Okay. So that's the day, that's the future day. But the day that quote unquote Chat GPT goes live is the day that they said the shift happens. That's the day. Okay. One of the researchers and engineer is named Red. Come on, fam. Stop playing with me. Send me that article, bro. Dead ass. Like, you know, I'm in my bag, right? I'm in my Birkin. I'm in my research mode. Here's my email. I'm gonna send you a book, my nigga. Send me that article. You gonna get a book from me. Facts. So look up the day that Chat GPT was released. I believe it was 11/22 or 11/28. It was right around the time that we were supposed to be in Charlotte for the Facts Initiative. Right around that time is when they quote unquote put that out. And that goes down. They said that the world changed that day forever. That's not Skynet date, though. That's not the day that the computers went sentient, but that's the day that AGI, or the beginning of the race to go AGI. AGI is artificial general intelligence. And what that really is talking about is the computers thinking for themselves, and when the computers go sentient, and when the computers gain consciousness, right? So 11/30/22. That's when it comes out. On 11/30/22 is when Chat GPT is dropped. And that's in alignment with Back to the Future, when they brought you that date of the whatchamacallit, when Marty McFly goes into the future and he pulls up on Biff, right? October the 23rd. Right around the same time. Yeah, D Wave. I've been tapped into the D Wave for a minute too. They're about to be a big player. That's a quantum computer in Canada. Real powerful computer. So yeah, it's definitely spread its wings. It's in the AI technology is tapped into the quantum, because the quantum computer, right? The D Wave. Can't nobody tell me that the D Wave, that they have not hooked up the AI or the Ultron or Lambda or the AI brain. Nobody can't tell me that it's not hooked up to the quantum computers, because that don't even make sense that it's not hooked up to the quantum computers. So the quantum computers are able to tap into the quantum realm. That's why they're quantum. So with these quantum computers going crazy and whatnot, I mean, you don't have to speculate as to where this shit is going. Yeah, I tried that toad. You damn right. Did a fish swim? You know what I'm talking about? Oh, the solar eclipse is gonna be crazy. Yes, Westworld. They was one of the ones. Yes, Westworld was definitely they was the ones that brought a lot of that in. CERN. Yes, Lamb, yes. Um Yule. Yes, there's different type of quantum computers. I do know that, but what we're talking about is the D-Wave computer right now that's in Canada, and Google has a D-Wave as well. I think they want 10 million for them shits. And yeah, you dig? These quantum computers is they opening up portals, because that's what they do. You know, spooky things at a distance. You know what I'm talking about? Spooky things at a distance. So we're in some interesting times. It's nothing to be alarmed about. We asked for this, so we're here. So we fear nothing, but we fear nothing. There's nothing to fear. So by a vote, are we ending this with Bill Bixby or China Flow? I just want to know. Make sure y'all hit that cash app. You feel me? Show some love. And 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 that'd be appreciated. You dig? Okay. D Wave is but Google bought a D Wave computer though. Okay. I believe Google is one of the clients of D Wave, because D Wave is selling their computers. They're a business. They're selling them. There's a few people that have them, and Google is one of them. But Google got Lambda. You feel me? Google got Lambda. So just watch out. This shit is just getting started. We have not even gotten anywhere. We're only 3 months into this evolution of AI and whatnot. And you already see where it's going. You already see how crazy it is. If you don't see it, you'll see me break it down at this free workshop that's coming up. And you'll also see it. Well, this free masterclass that I'm doing this week, I'm gonna show some shit, but definitely on March 18th, 5 to 6 hours is that workshop. So it's nothing. I got nothing but time. You know what I mean? I'm gonna sit back and shoot three free throws and 3-pointers from the motherfucking from the paint all day on that lecture and whatnot. I got a lot of I'm gonna drop big bombs on that. You know what I mean? I'm gonna drop big bombs. You dig? So, you know, that part. So I think we going with China Flow. I think all right. The next one, because it's almost like tied and whatnot. So we're gonna go for the tiebreaker. So whoever calls the tiebreaker, we're gonna go with that. And then we out of here. You understand? And the free workshop, like I said, I'm gonna be doing something on Discord. I'm gonna be doing a free masterclass before this week is out. I will be doing something. I'll make the announcement tomorrow, mañana. You feel me? And we'll let you know what day that's gonna be, but we'll be there. Oh, they said China Flow. There you have it. You dig? You said do both. Y'all trying to make this a mixtape show, huh? Okay. But we're gonna leave with the China Flow. I want to say love and light to y'all. The link for the Discord is we're gonna drop that in the while this video is playing. We'll drop the link to the Discord. Sign up to the Discord. It's free. It's open. Be a part of. It's about 4,000 of us over there and whatnot. Pull up. We do watch parties over there. We got rooms filled up with information over there, and we got some cool people over there. That part, you dig? Love and light, y'all. Let's go.
Red Summer.
Hold on. I don't hear nothing. Yeah, I didn't see that movie called Megan and whatnot. I was burnt out on Megan's after the Megan Thee Stallion trial, so I didn't want to see the movie called Megan. So I'm gonna catch that when it come on. The whatchamacallit, the dingam. You know what I mean? When it come on the internet. Oh, the audio is clear. Y'all was hearing that? Oh shit! All right, my bad. Y'all was hearing the music? Cause I wasn't hearing it through my headphones. Shit different. But I'll take it back. The audio was clear. Black Light, when you come into the A, my brother. Yeah. Okay, let's go. President.
Red Summer. Red Killer. Red Scorpion.
Wasn't evil in the Bronx like that until the song came out. Then it went
The president still acting unpresidential. Bitch, I'm in the Bronx with the evil in my residential. It was all emojis, it was never mental. The silver spoon is under fire, and the pressure vented. The times that we living in unprecedented. We went from doing a Dougie fresh and vintage. Now the rhymes, they all pessimistic. They hashtagging black girl magic, just finesse the mystics. They impressed with quick chicks, only savages with less sadistic. They being less specific, no metaphysics. So many butter biscuit, they need extra biscuit. We had the blessed district, fresh to death. We was dressed in drip. They worship lesser gods with the lesser mystics. Copy suckers, all they breath is fish sticks. They King Takashi, yeah, they won't protect the witness. They King Takashi, yeah, they won't protect the witness. Hannibal Barker shit, darker shit, and a harder bit, yeah, starting shit. That Marty Martyr with Sean Carter starter kit, Brooklyn, big Sparta shit. shit 300. The crimes of the passionate ones who fell in love for blasting their guns. My chain froze, chain closed, same goes for Wayne Grove. The range road on strange roads. Dr. Strange mode on strange toes. Like the brain rearrange codes. 360 spinning clearly like a plane roll. 365 winning really like a game host. 444 degrees on a range stove. On the coast of the mango. These niggas wanna know how power is obtained. If you act the shower posse, they'll tell you that it's hours of the rain. Till none of these cowards they remain. Flowers is arranged, carriages remain. Drawn by 400 horses, there was power in the range. 19 blocks cutters overpowering them planes. They left all them towers up in flames. I never look at 24 hours just the same. Bitch, I'm Jack Bauer mixed with black power. You a mixture of that crack powder and Mr. Matt Lauer. Hashtag Mr. Me Too. You met Red Pillar, I suggest that you niggas meet Blue.
Yo, in the land of the brave, in a home of the giants, she was COVID compliant, she was COVID defiant. Y'all was potent, reliant, we exposed to these tyrants. Composed to the science, we not posed to no trying. Controlling the climates, yeah, we mold these environments. Scientists with clientless, Midas touch with iron fist. Holding arms, only way to catch these gems. Texas with an open palm, equestrians on open farm. Potent on that potent wall, rolling farms, coat of arms, Olympian. Kicking doors, waving 44s, they wouldn't let me in. Nah, shit, we talking like a thespian, walking like pedestrians. It's my requiem, take you out front and center like ESPN. In the middle of the action, spitting with a passion. You get riddled if you passion. Shit, no dribble, we just passing off the scribble, we just cashing. Expand the vote, play above the rim. Earl a goat, man a goat. I turn from man a hoe, can a hoe. Let them hammers go, spiritual panelate. Not even Amber Rope to stop me from slut shaming all these bitch niggas. Yeah, your man's a hoe, the only antidote to split his cantaloupe. Leave you bloody like an antelope with Serengeti's. Get ready, shit, no introductions necessary. We legendary, yeah, the story still unfolds. Yeah, they taking notes like secretaries. Yeah, the heart is like the message heavy. About that life, but what we represent. Mystics in the forest, scientific witness Morris. All the shit I spit historic, like every day is February. Shit, you like it, I adore it. Shit, I write it, then record it, recite it, and perform it. Excitement, I'm all for it. Fighting like walrus.
Want work to go smoothly? You just need to know the right steps. With Asana, it's easy to coordinate